Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasharada.
Shabbat Shalom.
Kan. Our praises to the Most High. Bashem Mashkawashai. For giving us another Shabbat day we could come together in holy convocation. As per the commandments that the Most High gave to our forefathers, that we should keep throughout our generations. Okay? We are the Light of Zion, located down here in South Florida. My name is Elder Lapalal.
I'm Officer Yakazak Walaha Matazak.
Okay, I hope you got that. Man with a long name. His precepts are just as long. Can. Okay, let's start off with Colossians 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hashem Yahushai, giving thanks to the power and the Father by him.
Right. The Most High said, whatever you do in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushai. Can. For the past few weeks or so, we've been going over some topics related to how the heathens take endeavors to capture our lands, or they took Jerusalem, or they took, or the further through violence and conspiracies. They took Jerusalem. And then later on, that was in the Crusades. And then later on, they are basically appointed not just Jerusalem, but all of Israel and surrounding territories into their possession. And we know through historically the Most High, after he put us in exile for disobeying his laws, statutes, and commandments, we were scattered through the four corners of the earth, and historically, even prior to the transatlantic slave trade, were brought over here, this in the so-called Western Hemisphere, to the Americas and the Caribbean, and cargo slave ships. We know that particularly in America, we were mostly the southern tribe, mostly Judah, actually, was in slavery in America, and we know about how the English came over here. They were our captors. They were mostly English who came to this side of the world and set up colonies in America and enslaved the tribe of Judah in America. And then, so it's about 1776 to get independence from Britain. And that again, that started with 17 states. Then I guess it increases up to 13 states, then increased to 17 states. Okay, so but just prior to that, prior to the 1776, there were basically all different Edomite countries from Europe. They are the explorers, was venturing out of their comfort zone, exploring the world to see what territories they could capture. We're gonna focus on the territory, for the most part, the territories in America. Okay, just a territory that's west of those 17 states that made up the original United States of America. Okay, a land known as Louisiana, and Louisiana at the time it was known as Louisiana, but at present time that same mass of land actually consists of only 6 states plus parts of 9 other states. So basically, we'll say basically what, 15 states. Okay, so during that time, in this part of the world, they were the main sovereignties were basically the English, the French, and the European countries, Edomites, European countries was Spain, England, and France. Besides America, which America came out of Europe, came out of the original occupants of America. I'm not the original, but we make up the United States of America prior to the emancipation of slavery, prior to the end of slavery, were British who came over here, who broke away from Britain. Understand? So that's how America. So let's just get a scripture. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy inheritance that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right. That's what happened to. That's what happened for disobedience to Most High, for breaking His laws, statutes, and commandments. We got discontinued from our heritage. We were brought over here in cargo slave ships. We were stripped of our nationality, violently stripped of our nationality. We no longer spoke our Hebrew language. We no longer dressed on Hebrew garment with the fringes and border in blue. We no longer, ate the same food and all that. A variety of things. We're taking culturally, even spiritually. We were alienated from our custom, from our heritage. All those were fulfilled that we just read about in Jeremiah 17:4. So going back now to this, let's go back to 1682. Like I was saying, the Europeans were famous for exploring, and the a French explorer, his name was La Salle. He claimed that land that was in America, that was thus west of the 17 states that originally make up America, because America was originally, we know Gad, the 10 tribes. As a matter of fact, get the Apocrypha. Your second Ezra 13 verse 40. I want to reflect on how this part of the world was already occupied by the Most High's people, the Hebrew Israelites, the 9 or 10 tribes that came out of the got released from under the Persian captivity. Persian means captivity in 538 BC. Read.
Second Ezra in the Red Apocrypha, page 31. Second Ezra.
You have the Apocrypha, sisters? Okay. Okay, great.
Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. So the 10 tribes that's talking about the northern kingdom in the time of Hosea. Okay, they were carried away captive from the homeland in 722 BC by the Assyrians. Okay, and they were captives under the Assyrians until but rulership changed hands during that time. So you had the Assyrians and the Babylonians and the Persian and Medes, who all to turn basically what? Enslaving our people, the Most High's people, us Israelites. Understand? So the northern tribes, then the southern tribes. All 12 tribes of Israel were in captivity simultaneously during that era of time. And okay, so that captivity took place up until 538. Then the 10 tribes, read on.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Right, so that's how they came into another land from our homeland, the northern kingdom of Jerusalem, and got scattered through the originally the Assyrian Empire, which later became the Babylon Empire, the Persian Medes Empire. Right?
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Right. That counsel that the northern tribes took amongst themselves was in 538 BC after Cyrus released them. Okay. After they were released by Cyrus. Right?
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would multitude of
the heathens anymore. Because being around the heathens, Israel, when you got seduced by the way of the heathen, I mean, always trying to be like the heathen. First, the Most High gave us judges to rule over us, but because we saw the heathens had kings, that became enticing to us. So we can look down on the strike gave us, where we had elders and judges ruling over us. We want to be like that, the nation, and not kings. We always feel like we're missing out on something, not know that we were special.
The heathen forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. So we left from the Middle East, from the Assyrian Empire, the Persian Empire, and we came to a country where never mankind dwelt. Understand? So I tell you right there, the true original inhabitants of this part of the world. No one dwelt over here before we came. When I start talking about the Americas, the Caribbean, and so-called West Indies. Understand? We the Hebrew Israelites were the ones who came over here originally. And of course, when Columbus came in 1492, we were here more than 1,000 years, almost 1,000 years prior to that. So I don't know how they come to discover. That's the arrogance of the so-called white man, where they come from. Nobody else is of any significance than them. Until they discover something, until they go somewhere, it wasn't discovered. So that's what they do, basically try to downplay other people's existence and accomplishments, and magnify theirs. Which once you come into our knowledge of ourselves and inquire of the former time, you can see that all just what everything they taught were based on the lies. Right?
That they might keep their statues which they never kept in their own land.
Right. We never kept our statues in our homeland. That's why we were enslaved in the first place. But now we saw the punishment that we got for disobeying the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. So we decided we're not going to be around these heathens anymore. We're going to go to a land which never mankind dwelt. What happened to be this side of the world, America, the Americas and the Caribbean and the so-called West Indies. Understand? And they keep the Most High's precepts. Understand that? Is that it?
No lie.
Go on.
That they might keep their statues which they never kept in their own land. Mm-hmm. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Right. So that's how they came to this side of the world, through the Euphrates, down on the east coast of Africa, come up around the southwest coast of Africa, and then came to this side of the world. And the Most High, I mean, was with us in that venture, on that voyage. And, Most High still the waters, calm the seas, keep the waves, I mean, keep the waves low tide and all that. So we were able to read the signs and know to know when it's going to rain and all those things, or when it's going to be, so we could know basically what yeah, we can go around, or we can make detours and all that. Exactly. Read more.
Done. And the same region is called Ashereth. Then dwelt they there until the latter time.
Right. So, and the same region is called Ashereth. That's the name. That is the region of the world was called Ashereth, and there dwelt us until the latter times. So we're going to be here till the latter time. Now that portion that is as you read it right now, that's future prophecy. Before that, that was relating to what happened previously, historically. But now, there dwelt them until the latter times. We're in the latter times, but of course, it's not it. I mean, there's more time to come. And when that's going to be, the Mashiach Yahushua will know when the Most High let him know. Understand? Then we'll know. Read it again, huh?
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Ashereth. Then dwelt they there until the latter time. And now when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again.
Right, see that? So the Most High now, that part is kind of speaking figuratively though. It's not literal. It's not. The Most High said we're going to dwell here till the latter times. Then when it's time to return, all those that are giving a clue that, hey, we're going to be taken from here again, as we're going to be taken from around the four corners of the earth. So, but not necessarily by the same route. There's a saying that just like the Most High provided a passage for us to come over here, the northern tribes, the Most High is going to again provide a passage for us to depart from here, to go to the wilderness, and then from there come under the bond of the covenant and start the process of organizing ourselves as a nation to go back into our homeland to serve the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. Okay, that's what that's talking about. So I just went there, that scripture to give a backdrop as to how our people are gotten over this side of the world, particularly the northern tribes. You know, when the southern tribes now, when we were the Romans had destroyed our temple in 70 AD, we run up into the west coast of Africa and established communities there. Until you can read about that in Deuteronomy 28:68, how we came away here and called for slave ships. Okay, now fast forward now to 1682. Of course, at this time, slavery was still going on. And we're gonna focus on one particular nation, one particular location where our people were dwelling, which had just about everything to do with this so-called Louisiana Purchase. Okay, so this plot of land, which was been referenced as in the Louisiana Purchase. Now, when the French explorers in 1682, this guy led by La Salle, he claimed that land, which was west of the 17 states, which made up America. He claimed that plot of land. Okay, and he gave it to claimed it in the name of France and gave it to the king, which was King Louis XIV. Okay, that was 1682. Now that land, they didn't know much what to do with that land. Understand? He just saw the land just standing there. Of course, the land was. Of course, Gad was already here. Reuben was already here. the northern tribes were scattered through the Americas and the Caribbean. Okay, so now we claim the land. So no, about 100 years or so later, it says 1762. You had the French and Indian War. The French Indian War, and the French were assisted by Spain in that Indian War. And as a token of their appreciation to Spain, France gave that land, Louisiana, as it was, gave that land, Louisiana, to Spain. Okay, that was in 1762. Yeah. They gave that land. France gave that land to Spain. After 1762, because that's when the war was. So giving them the land after that. So Spain was appreciative of that land because Spain could basically occupy that land to monitor the activities in Mexico, because Spain and Central America, because Spain had silver mines and gold mines. He was robbing the Aztecs and the Mayas and the Incas, robbing our people. And they had gold mines, silver mines, and all that. So Spain could monitor the activities in the gold mines from Louisiana. So you know what? Spain controlling Louisiana, which is just west. So the borderline between America and Louisiana, the territories at that time, was the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is stretching all the way down from the north, from like a place like Idaho, coming kind of slotting diagonally, coming down to New Orleans, port of New Orleans. And New Orleans was a port, and a port is that's very vital for trading. It's very vital for trading. So basically, any country or sovereignty that controls a port, you control all the trading activities. You control all the trading activities. So potentially you could see that there was going to be conflict. You understand? Because Spain, who now owned Louisiana and New Orleans and the ports of New Orleans, was now bordering with America. And America, plus the Mississippi River, it had tributaries. That was a main river. But with that main river, you had small rivers. You know what I'm saying? That run into that main river, and then it ran down into New Orleans. That's what the Gulf of Mexico. God. So America at that time, America only had like 5.5 million people, very small. Because it only consists of 17 states. So the population was very small in comparison to what it is today. You understand? But they were growing, and they were pushing westward, close to the Mississippi, and then Spain became nervous because of that. Because Spain said, because Spain didn't really establish they made the home was Spain, but they had business in Mexico. So they only had a certain number of people in Louisiana. But America now, this is their turf. You know what I'm saying? So Spain felt intimidated and threatened by the American expansion towards the Mississippi. And plus America needed that port. They needed to do the trading. They needed the Mississippi River used as a conduit of the products sailing on boats from north. Yeah, right into the right. into the ocean. All right. So and one to make matters even worse, Spain at one time, felt so threatened that they cut off the port to foreigners. They cut off the port to foreigners, including America. Understand? Because the different sovereignties that occupy that land, which we now known as America, were all foreigners to each other. They were different countries. Understand? And that, of course, that enraged Americans, but it enraged mostly the American states who live, the Americans who live closest to the Mississippi. Understand? Because they weren't able to do the trade. Their trade was being hampered now, and that was infringing on their the progress, the money. Their money was being messed with. But instead of being mad at Spain, though, they were really mad at America because they wanted to break off from the Union. They wanted to break off from America, and instead join up with Spain. They say, we'd rather be a part of Spain. We'd rather be being colonized by Spain than be a part of America, because at least if we're colonized by Spain, we will still be able to have access to the Mississippi River to do our trading. Understand? But that never really came. That never really came to fruition. And it never really happened that way. So now, that was in 1784 when Spain closed New Orleans ports. 1784. Then a few years later, like 5 years later, you had the French Revolution over in France. You had the French Revolution over in France. Okay, so in 1789, you had the French Revolution. So after the French Revolution, in 1793, like 4 years or so, the French had a new minister to the U.S. Not a minister like someone like our ministers who preach the gospel. There was you could say like an ambassador to the U.S. Okay, so he got sent over to, because the French Revolution supposedly was the elite versus the underclass, just like the regular people versus the royalties, just like America was the regular people versus the royalties of England. So America was kind of backing them, at least spiritually, so-called spiritually. They were backing them. They were rooting for them, but they were physically backing them. So after that now, then the new French ambassador to America, he came to America. But now that land, Louisiana, that French originally had and gave to Spain, now the new French government now, they want it back. They want it back, and I wanted that land back. And they were trying to, this new ambassador, he was trying to secretly get that land back, so he could, make a name for himself. Make a name just like these politicians. Just like these politicians, when they succeed somebody else, they always try to undermine somebody. They always try to one up somebody else, to make a name for themselves, to continue the legacy, to go down in the history books. So that's what this guy. So that's what this new ambassador, this new ambassador did. That was his secret mission. So now his secret mission now required him to. He was like an instigator. He was trying to instigate a conflict between America and Spain. He was trying to instigate a conflict between America and Spain, hoping that with that conflict now, that France would gain that land, would gain Louisiana. But but they became aware of it. They became aware of the secret plot. And then they became aware of the secret plot, so America was mad at him now. So they had France remove this guy. So they had France remove this guy and send him back to France, brought him back to France. He never succeeded in that endeavor. He never succeeded there. So now, let's fast forward a little bit. In 1801, that's when Thomas Jefferson, that's when he became president. Thomas Jefferson became president of America in 1801. There was a lot of activities that was going on at the same time, including the Haitian Revolution, which I'm going to touch on, because that got a lot to do with it. That basically got everything to do with it. So I'm just laying the backdrop on this. Then I touched on the Haitian Revolution and how it played a role in this Louisiana Purchase. Okay, so now Jefferson became president in 1801, and France also had a new leader, Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, now Napoleon he was on the same page as the ambassador, even though the ambassador was out of the picture. He was on the same page as the ambassador as far as trying to regain France. Understand? Because Napoleon, this is 1801. Now the Haitian Revolution started in 1791. That's like 10 years ago. 1791. Understand? It continued for about 12 years. Understand? It really escalated up, like a lot of part of that 10, 12 years. So just like Spain wanted Louisiana to monitor their businesses on the gold mine, the silver mine in Mexico, or Central America, and so on, the French wanted Louisiana to keep an eye on Haiti, from where they could launch attacks and so on in Haiti. They wanted a place over here, a safe place nearby. Just like Cuba. Cuba, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cuba, that's why Russia is so close with Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Because Cuba was like, close, like they're friendly with Cuba. They can go to Cuba anytime. At least that's what they thought, and that was the intention. They have a friend, an ally in this part of the world, in which they could have conflicts with America, and that's why America also had what makes they have Guantanamo Bay was a part of Cuba. Go ahead, sis. Napoleon? Oh yeah, because when I don't know if he personally had it, but he was a leader. He was a leader of France during the time of the slave revolt, the Haitian revolt. Understand that the revolt took place in 1791. Understand? Before Napoleon came to power, because Napoleon came to power in 1801, like 10 years later. Understand? So you wanted Louisiana, because from Louisiana they could easily get to Haiti. They could bring the troops from France to Louisiana, and from Louisiana they could bring them to Haiti to squash any rebellion, to put down the rebellion that was going on over there. Understand? So that was the idea. That's why Louisiana was so important to France. And I understand. So yeah. Slaves were able, yeah, right. Because even during this time, I'm focusing on Louisiana Purchase, but of course at the same time, remember that slavery wasn't abolished in America until 1865. Understand? So we are right now at 1801, like say 65 years, 65 years prior to the so-called Emancipation Proclamation. Understand? So slavery was still in effect. Okay, so now France, Spain was still in ownership of the land, but France under Napoleon made a secret deal with Spain for Louisiana. Understand? You following that? Okay, the deal was that Spain would give France Louisiana back in exchange for land and properties in Italy. Okay, and that land or property was supposed to be somebody the empire of Etruria or something like that. With some royalty was going to the daughter of some royalty from Spain was going to rule over it, over that.
We were in Spain. I mean, we were in England. We were kings and queens.
Mm-hmm.
We were kings.
Right, we were.
We stole heritage. What's it?
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth. She stole because it was. I was reading this what they were saying. We were queens, kings and queens in England.
Well, the dark nations did rule for 1,000 years. Understand? They were supposed to Europe, including the Hebrew Israelites. Understand? We are kings and we are royalties. Yeah, right. We did a rulership in various parts of Europe. Understand? During the so-called Dark Ages. That's why after the Dark Ages, a thousand-year period, they call what? The Renaissance in 1453, which is a rebirth. A rebirth meaning a rebirth of the so-called white race coming back into rulership. Because prior to that, you know what I mean? They were in bondage. We had them in sovereignty. We had them in subjection to us. All right. All right. So, okay. So now, this secret deal was made between France and Spain. But France kept denying the deal to America, denying to America that the deal took place. But America wasn't stupid because they saw French troops coming in. They saw French troops coming in, which were being deployed to Haiti for the rebellion, to put down the rebellion against Haiti, because the rebellion was going to full force. Again, we are too soon overture. Yeah, I'm saying he was, he wasn't playing with them. He wasn't playing with them with the French guys. He was slaughtered. Levites were slaughtering them all over the place.
That's right.
God, in a minute, right? So America, America saw the French troops coming in. I mean, and so how can so many of you be coming here in a land that belonged to Spain if you didn't acquire this land from Spain? But they kept denying it anyway. They kept denying it. So now Napoleon and his men was over in Haiti now. We're talking about the 1801, 1802. Things started getting really thick in 1802. You know what I mean? Levi, like 30,000. Napoleon brought like 30,000 men, soldiers, because at that time France had the strongest military. We had the strongest military at that time. Understand? Because remember, America was just coming into its own. You know what I'm saying? He's just coming into his own. And I mean, the only other nation that I was at that time we were close to taking on Spain or taking on France, like England. Understand? But France had the strongest military at that time, and they were still being defeated by the tactics that the Levites were using. You know, like some hit and run tactics, attacking the packs and all that, attacking the knights. You know what I mean? and supposedly a little voodoo, I don't know. Yeah, the guerrilla warfare they were using against, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They were having a kind of warfare that they were not accustomed to. Understand? Plus, Levi was a more familiar with the terrain than the French were. So, so in the process of time, with the kind with this conflict, Levi with plus there was diseases going around, yellow fever plus the slaughter, yellow fever plus the slaughter reduced the French troops down from 30,000 to only 4,000. There was a 4,000. Disease, but yeah, they couldn't, they couldn't resist the disease. The Most High, right? Most High weapon. That was another one, Most High weapon to assist Levi. I'm gonna go in a few scriptures. I'm just laying some backdrop. So and then so France at this time said, well, you know, we gotta send for men. We gotta send for some more men. We gotta send for some more men to assist us. But they were not able to do that because when they tried those men deployed from France to come to Louisiana and then subsequently and then go to Haiti, there was a snowstorm in France at that time, so the ships weren't able to sail. And at the same time, you know, America cannot seize the opportunity. There was certain faction within American in America, among the Americans who said, you know what, there was a good time. It was a good time to seize Louisiana before the French came back because all the troops were sent from Louisiana to Haiti to put down the rebellion. So there were no French troops in Louisiana. So America was saying it was a good time to take over the New Orleans because that's all they really wanted. They wanted to control the port. Once they control the port, they control the Mississippi route. Understand? And they wanted to do that. But the Congress actually authorized the military to recruit like 80,000 soldiers for the venture to fight to make sure, to fight against France. But Thomas Jefferson, he didn't really want to go to war. He didn't really want to go to war. So what Thomas Jefferson wanted to do was to purchase New Orleans from France. Because at this time, Haiti had defeated them. Haiti had defeated France. Understand? And the only reason why France wanted Louisiana, right, that was to get to Haiti. But since Levi kicked them out, they didn't need Louisiana anymore. So they were willing to give up Louisiana to America. And but America didn't want all of Louisiana. They only wanted New Orleans. Understand? And including the Mississippi to conduct the trade, because a great portion of the American trade was on that route. Understand? So they made the deal. They proposed a deal for France to buy Louisiana, to buy New Orleans for $10 million. But Louisiana said, you know what? That's good. But what good is Louisiana to us? What good is the rest of Louisiana to us anyway? We take the 10 mil for New Orleans, but in actuality, we have no use for the rest of Louisiana anyway. So to sweeten the deal, we're gonna give you all of Louisiana, including New Orleans, for $15 million. And that's what happened. So that's what happened. That's how America came to be in control or ownership, or they came to acquire the Louisiana. Understand, which like I said, consists of six whole state and parts of nine other states. Understand? That was in 1803, somewhere around there. That was 1803. Let me see. Let me see. I've written down how big that land was. That land was that land. Well, they said basically they pay like 4 cents per acre. That was I mean it's way back then. That's 4 cents per acre land. 4 cents per acre of land. He was supposedly let me see. It was supposedly. Let me see what I have it written. 828,000 square miles. 828,000 square miles, and it was roughly about 4 cents per acre. 4 cents. That was a deal. So that was a deal that was a gift basically that America that fell into America's lap because Levi defeated France. But we all know what happened after Levi defeated France. Though. Right now they're giving Levi hell. Levi even had to give France reparation because they said that's just the West coming together. All the so-called white people from different nations, that's them coming together and said, hey, you know what? For you to conduct business internationally and to be recognized by us, you have to acknowledge that you got Haiti illegally, and you have to give them reparation, and they had to pay France billions of dollars. To this day, that's why to this day they're held against Haiti and make sure that Haiti doesn't prosper economically because they don't want the perception to go there that Haiti succeeded. So even though Haiti might have defeated them militarily, they make sure that they got compensated financially. Understand? So that was in 1803. That yeah, that's when let me get exact date. I think I have it written down here. Yeah, go ahead.
Based on that, what the elder just said, there was this leader of Haiti. He was a dictator. His name was Papa Doc, and Papa Doc was a wicked Levite. But it was based off that information he had that he kept all the other nations out of Haiti. He didn't even let the Levites leave out of Haiti because he didn't want them to mix and have half-breed children, not even knowing how to speak Creole. So it was because of that information he didn't let no nation into Haiti or born or sleep on any Haitians at all, based off that information he had.
Right. Okay, so that Haitian Revolution took place 1791 to 1803. So that's basically what 12 years. All right. Okay, let's get some scriptures further. What Haiti at that time was now before Haiti was becoming known as Haiti. It was what do they call it? Saint Domingue. No, Hispaniola considered about Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Yeah. But that portion of that's Haiti. They were known as Saint Domingue. Spelled Saint Domingue. Domingue. Yeah.
San Domingo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So okay. So before Haiti became known as Haiti, what do you call it?
San Domingo. San Domingo? Yeah.
But Santo Domingo, that's like the capital of the Dominican Republic. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Which on the twin island state known as Hispaniola. Okay. All right. So let's get give me Jeremiah 51:20. Jeremiah 51 and 20.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51.
Actually, before Jeremiah 51, 20. You also with this Louisiana purchase, with America now acquiring that land, they had no idea, because the only people living on that land prior to the Spaniards even going there was the so-called North American Indians, who could be was Gad and maybe Reuben.
No, just Gad.
Yeah, because Reuben was listed on there.
Yeah, Reuben was against living over there because the resources over there were scarce, so only the
Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana. Even Orleans. Reuben, he stayed from Florida upward toward Georgia and going east. He never went over there.
So no, America was now yeah. Domingue. Yeah. That's what Haiti was known as before it became known as Haiti. So now America was now in a position where they had no knowledge of the terrain of the land west of the Mississippi, because they never ventured that far out. So now they want to have an expedition, someone to explore the land to see what it was like, what the landscape was like. You know what I mean? Was it good for farming? Was it good for construction? Was it good for whatever it was good, to see what was good for? So that's when they commissioned Lewis and Clark expedition. That's when they were commissioned by by United States, by the government, like what's his name, Thomas Jefferson, to explore the land, to see and come back with a report to see what it was like. Right, so that took place. They departed from St. Louis on May 14, 1804. May 14, 1804. That's when they reached the Pacific Ocean on March 23rd, 1806. Basically, 2 years later. So it took them 2 years to travel from St. Louis to reach the Pacific Ocean, traveling west, exploring the land. And they returned to St. Louis on September 23rd, 1806, maybe like 6 months after they reached. So, of course, it took them 2 years to reach because the Pacific Ocean, because when they were going, they stopped here and there to inquire and all that, to see what the land was like. But just returning back, they just went straight back. So it took them 6 months to return back. And of course, what they saw was that all they saw was Gad. Gad was all of there's a movie I watched it in a long time. It's called Buck and the Preacher. But yes, it's old. Buck and the Preacher. Buck and yes, an old movie. It's an old movie from, I guess, from the late 70s. About again, give an idea of I think with a Jake family going west also, because even in this time there were a lot of poor people. A lot of poor people who actually, even after this, there's a lot of poor people after slavery who are trying to make a life for themselves, trying to get land for themselves. So basically, what Esau did after the Louisiana Purchase was to go west and just start displacing Gad, to start pushing Gad back and further back onto reservations. I mean, until because Esau by this time had increased the population, it kept increasing, and they needed more land, just like in the Middle East, the so-called Jews, they kept increasing. They needed more land. They kept pushing Ishmael back. The same thing happened over here in America. Esau just kept expanding westward, and they started pushing Gad off the land reservation. by might, by violence, and by force. Okay, Jeremiah 51, verse 20.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Right. That's what the Most High used Levi for against Napoleon in 1801, from 1791 to 1803. Levi was the Most High's battle axe and weapons of war against Napoleon, the French, the Edomites. With thee, read on.
And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, that's it. Read on.
And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. Mm-hmm. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid.
Right. So, you know, the Most High is going to use us, just like he used Levi at that time. The Most High is going to use us to fight these nations, man. God. But the Most High said, wait till upon him until he rise up to the prey. So we can't start anything until the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua let us know. Okay, give me also, Ezekiel, I'm sorry, give me Job 20, verse 15. Because, you know, America got that land, Louisiana purchased for cheap from France, and after that, they got the land from France. They bought it from France. But they didn't buy the land from Gad. They just stole Gad's land. They just stole Gad's, yeah. No. I think the wall is further to southwest. I think I guess it's stretched across certain borders, you know, in the southwest. Where Issachar is known to travel to enter America. So yeah, I guess that border stretches across different states. All right. Read on. Job 20 verse 15.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
Right. They swallow down our riches, man. Stole our land. We swallow down riches, but they shall vomit them up again. So whatever they got from us, we're not going to keep them forever. It's their time to rule, and they're ruling. Hey. But their rulership is not going to be forever. It's going to come to an end. So whatever riches they got from us, they're going to have to restore it. They swallowed it down, but they're going to vomit it up again. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Right. So whatever they swallow down, now the short slavery, they swallow down a lot of riches. They stole a lot of land, even not just from Gad, but from Judah also, after the so-called slavery, after the so-called Emancipation Proclamation, after the Reconstruction, our people would put the resources together, you know what I mean, on farmland and buy more land and all that. But in the process of time, you saw the Ku Klux Klan and all those guys, you know what I mean, they were just organized and slaughter of people, steal their land. These circles, that's what they did. Stole their land, even right down in Florida. You saw the movie, what do you call it again? Rosewood? Rosewood. Rosewood. You heard of it? You heard of Rosewood?
Yeah, okay. I watched the movie. Come on. I haven't seen that movie yet.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because there are movies out there, you know what I mean? About Esau I mean, we've seen some slave movies, but there are other movies out there. I mean, that tells how Esau that slaughtered our people, stole our land, and violently took our land. And that's another movie. If you get time to watch it, Rosewood. And that was based right on down in Florida. Rosewood. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 16. He shall suck the poison of asps.
Right. That's what's in store for Esau. You shall suck the poison of asps. When you suck poison, what happened? You die. Read.
The viper's tongue shall slay him.
The viper's tongue shall slay him. Read.
He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter.
Right. All the good things that's in store for the Most High's people, the 12 tribes of Israel, wants to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. And the heathens, particularly the so-called white men, Edomites, they're not going to see it. Read.
That which he labored for shall he restore.
That which he labored for shall he restore. So all the plans he had, the man, all the plots and schemes that they have in mind, all the things that they built in America on our land that they stole, all the riches they acquired, all those are going to be restored. They're going to build our walls. Read.
That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down.
Right, and shall not swallow it down. Right now, hold that, get me Psalms 49 and 11. Because the inward thought of the so-called Romans are what? Is riches in the kingdom, rulership, governance shall continue perpetually, forever. We're going to go, okay, read out. Psalms 49:11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. You notice a lot of businesses that the so-called white man has, particularly them so-called Jews like Goldstein and Sons, Salvatore and Sons, this and that and Sons. What do? They have the businesses and they have the son on it. And when they reach a ripe old age and die, then they pass it on. They pass the business on. That's how they acquire, maintain, generational wealth. But at the same time, they will do everything to prevent us from having generational wealth. Because even with the so-called African American farmers, they were not allowed to keep their land. They were not allowed to get loans and all that to maintain their lands. So a lot of our farmers, who had land, at one time they had maybe 10, 12, whatever percentage of land. Right now we only have like of the farmland. I know we don't have maybe like 2%. You know what I'm saying? So they lost like over 80% of the land they had because they were forced into foreclosure. They had to give up their land because of the discrimination and policies of the American government to prevent us from having generational wealth, including, we know one of the main sources of wealth is land. Understand? Because land is one thing that always appreciates in value. A house is supposedly appreciated in value, but a house can deteriorate based on the condition of the house. But the land only appreciates with wealth, with the appreciating wealth over time, especially with the population increasing. That's why every year you go to the supermarket and the grocery store, everything you buy, the price keeps going up. Because the size of the land never changes. That's constant. It never changes. But the population keeps increasing. So there are more people to feed. So now people are basically bidding on the price for crops. That's why all these big companies are Like what about Monsanto that makes the fertilizers. That's why they have GMOs, genetically modified organism, the foods where they go to labs and to try to splice the food to increase production. But the quality of the food is not the same. It's not. That's why they have. That's why they have. That's why like places like Whole Food and Trader Joe's, they would sell like what they call organic food. That's food that's not affected by GMO or fertilizer or any kind of chemical. It's natural grown. Understand? So a lot of these foods that we eat, they look all the same, but some of the qualities is different based on how they were grown. If there's too much fertilizer, which is chemical, if that gets, absorbed into the soil and into the food, then that gets absorbed into your body. That's chemical. So any chemical that gets absorbed into your body, that causes a breakdown of your physical structure in the process of time. So that's why a lot of our people, get all kind of diseases because we're not able to afford the so-called organic food, the natural food, but only the ones that were mass produced. Understand? So that's that. Right. And they do all kind of tricks, man, to preserve food that's really rotten. Rotten in the core, but on the outside it looks like looks good. So we gotta be careful what we eat. So, read on. Job 20 verse what? No, Job. You're in Job 20.
Oh, you want to go?
Psalms 49:11. I'm sorry. Psalms 49:11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
That's the inward thought of the so-called woman, that the houses rulership. And I said, even the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, all those guys, the J.P. Morgans, all those guys played a major role in slavery, and they passed on the wealth down to the descendants, and they keep ruling because they gain their wealth from our labor, and they're using their wealth now to further expand themselves financially and all that. So that's how the houses continue forever, and they implement policies that's permanently depriving us of any kind of generational wealth while they build generational wealth. So this is one way of perpetuating slavery, even though we're not in shackles and chains anymore. That's why the scripture says they have a perpetual hatred to us, never-ending hatred. So regardless of how so-called educated people may be, it's not because of lack of education or anything why they oppress us. Even sometimes when the more educated and more progressive you are, they oppress you even more because they know they perceive you as a threat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Read?
You wanted that verse? Perpetual hatred?
No.
Okay. It says in the book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
And they dwell in places to all generations. So whatever land they acquire, that land get passed down from one generation to the next. They never give it up. They never lose it. Really?
They call their lands after their own names.
Right. So that's why all these different places got their name in it. New York with the William York Penn, Pennsylvania, William Penn. You know what I mean? Different places they call after. That's why these are different highways. They name after the famous people. So they can. So the legacy continues. America, right? That's where America came from. Exactly. Is there more?
La.
Go back to Job 20.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 16. He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. He shall not rejoice therein.
Right.
Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor.
Right. That's what they have oppressed and forsaken the poor. Read.
Because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not.
Right. That's how they got most of the land in America. They have violently taken away a land, a house, which they builded not. And because of that, whatever they swallow down, they shall vomit up. Read.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Right. Yeah, that's it. So you mean, whatever they took down, they swallowed down, they shall restore. Whatever he labored for, he's not going to get to keep. Let's wrap this, finish it up with this. Ecclesiastes 9:18.
Cuss or kiss?
No. Ecclesiastes
chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good.
Right. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. So that's how Levi was able to defeat France. Because France had all of the might military. Understand? They had the strongest military on earth at the time. But Levi, the wisdom of the Most High gave them, were able to destroy them, and they did the tactics. You got that? What's that? What do you say?
He gave the.
Oh, good. We got it. What's the precept?
This is the same book, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12.
Oh, okay. No, wisdom is
This says that for wisdom is a defense. Money is the defense, but knowledge.
Okay. Con.
All right. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Right. So, you know what they're doing, man. Make sure you got wisdom of the Most High. You know, wisdom was the fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom. Understand? So if you fear the Most High, keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High will give you wisdom to overcome all the obstacles that's in your way. Now get that. We're going to finish up with that scripture.
Yeah. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 11. Bless, Lord, his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise up against him, and of them that hate him, that they rise not again.
Right. So the Most High is going to bless all Israel, bless our hands, and those who rise up against us shall not prosper. So we're going to conclude today's lessons. The brother is talking about getting ready to go to camp. And tomorrow, Most High willing, Shabbat day service will be 12 noon Eastern. Okay, so to water to all Hebrew Israelites, so they listen to us in live stream, and online, and on live. Imagine what Pandya, Yerushalayim, stand and face Jerusalem as we conclude today's service. Read Psalm 33.
You want me to read it in English?
Yeah, you read, yeah. Shayar, Hama Ailwa, Ladawad, Hana, Ma, Tawab, Wama, Naayam, Shabbath, Akyam, Gam, Yakad, Kashaman, Hatawab, Al, Haraash, Yarad, Al, Hazakwan, Zakwan, Haaran, Shayarad, Al, Paya, Madawath Yawa, Katal, Karamiwan, Shayarad, Al, Haraya, Tazayawan, Kaya, Sham, Tazawa, Yahawa, Ath, Abaraka, Kayarad, Aid, Abalam, Basham, Mashak Yawashai, Awada, Aman.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dews that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Abonai Yahweh, Bahashem Mashek Yahushai, Dwara from Yad Aman.
Kan.